Chapter 16. Asset number 8, Big Dreams and the Capacity to Live Them. One of the most valuable things about network marketing companies is that they stress the importance of going for your dreams. Notice, I didn't say the importance of having dreams. They don't just want you to have dreams, they want you to live those dreams. What's more, they encourage you to dream big. One of the most refreshing things that happened to me when I started looking into network marketing was that I found myself dreaming even bigger dreams than I already had. Traditional businesses are often not too keen on you having big dreams. They operate better if you have modest dreams, a brief summer vacation, maybe a small timeshare, a hobby you enjoy, a good game of golf on a Sunday afternoon. That kind of thing. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having such small dreams. All I'm saying is, that's a small life. Growing up, I often heard my parents use the phrase, "We can't afford it." My rich dad, however, forbade his son and me from saying those words, and insisted instead that we ask ourselves, how can I afford it? As small as the difference between those statements may seem, it makes all the difference. That small shift in thinking, multiplied by the experiences, perceptions, and decisions of a lifetime, will take you to a place that is millions of miles away from where you would have landed without that shift. When you make a habit of asking yourself, how can I afford that? You train yourself to dream bigger and bigger dreams, and not only to have those dreams but to believe that you can make them come true. Saying I can't afford that, on the other hand, snuffs out your dreams like a wet towel on a candle flame. There are already plenty of other people in the world who try to smother your dreams, without you adding your voice to the mix. Oh, they don't mean to, perhaps, but well-meaning or not, their words are deadly. You can't do that. That's too risky. Do you know how many people have failed trying to do that? Don't be silly. Where do you come up with such ideas? If it's such a good idea, wouldn't someone else have already done it? Oh, I tried that years ago. Let me tell you why it won't work. These are dream-killing words, and I've noticed something interesting about the people who say them. They are almost always people who have already given up on their own dreams. When Kim and I were broke, we told each other that when we had made over $1 million, we would buy a big house. We did, and we loved being in the house, but the house itself was not important to us, and even being able to afford the house was not important to us. What was important was who we became in the process. It is striving, learning, and doing your best to develop your personal power to be able to afford the big house and who you become in the process that are important. People who dream small dreams, my rich dad told me, continue to live lives as small people. Everyone has dreams, but not everyone dreams in the same way. My rich dad taught me that there are 5 kinds of dreamers. Those who dream in the past. These are the people who believe that their greatest achievements are behind them. They will regale you with stories of their college days, their army days, their high school football days, their life on the farm where they grew up, but try to engage them in a conversation about the future, and they'll probably just shake their heads and say, "AHH, the world's gone to hell in a handbasket." A person who dreams in the past is a person whose life is over. They may not be dead, but they are no longer truly alive, and the only way they can come back to life is to rekindle a dream. Those who dream only small dreams. Some people limit themselves to dreaming only small dreams, because that's the only way they can feel confident they can achieve them. The ironic thing is that, while they know they could achieve their small dreams, they often never do. Why not? Who knows? Perhaps it's because they know that if they did achieve them, they would have nothing left to live for unless they then challenged themselves to come up with larger dreams. In other words, they would rather live small than face the risks and thrill of living large. Later in life, you'll hear them say, "You know, I should have done that years ago, but I just never got around to doing it." I once asked a man I had met, "If you had all the money in the world, where would you travel?" He replied, "I would fly to California to visit my sister. I haven't seen her in 14 years, and I would love to see her, especially before her children get any older. That would be my dream vacation." At the time, that trip would have cost him about $500. I pointed that out, and asked why he had not yet taken the trip. He told me, "Oh, I will, I'm just too busy right now." In other words, this was the dream vacation that he would rather dream about taking than actually wake up and take. My rich dad told me that these dreamers are often the most dangerous. They live like turtles, he said, tucked away in their own quiet, padded room. If you knock on the shell and peek in, they might lunge out and bite you. The lesson: let dreaming turtles dream. Most aren't going anywhere, and that seems to be just fine with them. Those who achieve a dream, and then lie bored. A friend of mine once said to me, 20 years ago, I dreamed of becoming a doctor. So I became a doctor. And I enjoy being a doctor, but now I'm bored with life. Something is missing. Boredom usually is a sign that it's time for a new dream. My rich dad told me, there are a lot of people who work in professions they dreamed of in high school. The problem is, they've been out of high school for years. It's time for a new adventure. Those who dream big dreams, but with no plan on how to go about achieving them, so they end up with nothing. I think we all know someone in this category. These people say, "I've just had a major breakthrough. Let me tell you about my new plan." Or, "This time things will be different." Or, "I'm turning over a new leaf." Or, "I'm going to work harder, pay off my bills, and invest." Or, "I just heard of a new company coming to town, and it is looking for someone with my qualifications. This could be my big break." My rich dad said, people like this often try to achieve a lot, but they try to do it on their own. But very few people achieve their dreams on their own. These people should keep dreaming big, make a plan, and then find a team that will help them make their dreams come true. Those who dream big, achieve those dreams, and go on to dream even bigger dreams. I think that most of us would like to be this kind of person. I know I would. Wouldn't you? My rich dad said it this way: big people have big dreams and small people have small dreams. If you want to change who you are, begin by changing the size of your dream. As you know, I've been broke totally, flat out broke, living in my car with my bride. I know what it's like. But broke is a temporary condition. Poor is different. Poor is a state of mind. You can be broke and still be rich in spirit, rich in ambition, rich in courage, rich in determination. It costs nothing to dream big, and it costs not 1 cent more to dream huge. No matter how broke you might be, the only way you will become poor is by giving up on your dreams. The unique thing about the network marketing lifestyle is that you don't frame your dreams as something you reach only after 40 years, or only for a few weeks out of the calendar, or only on Sunday afternoons. When you start building your network marketing business, you start living your dreams, albeit in small ways at first, from day one. It is a shift in mindset, from I can't to I can, from being at the mercy of circumstance to being at the helm of your life, from being enslaved to being free. In his conclusion to Walden, his meditation on the self-determined life, Thoreau wrote, "I learned this, at least, by my experiment, that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams, and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with unexpected success in common hours." I couldn't have said it better myself. The end of chapter 16. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so now. God bless you. Chapter 17. A Business Where Women Excel by Kim Kiyosaki. By now, you've heard me refer to my wife, Kim, quite a few times. You've read about how we met and how I pursued her, about our early struggles, our goals and our strategies, and how our life together has turned out. Before closing this part of the book, I thought it was high time you had the chance to hear from Kim directly. R.K. Robert has told you quite a bit about network marketing and the many ways it can create great value for you. I want to tell you about one more thing: it is a powerful business for women. When you look at the basic statistical profile of the network marketing community, one of the first things you notice is also one of the most remarkable: it is populated by more than 4 times as many women as men. You heard me right. According to the Direct Selling Association, of the 15 million people in the United States who are in network marketing, about 88% are female. And while they do not provide a breakdown by gender of the more than 62 million people in the business worldwide, the proportions on a global scale are probably close to the same as in the States. Why? Historically, one reason is that many households have started their network marketing businesses as part-time ventures, and for families where the man is the primary breadwinner, that has often meant it was the woman who engaged in the part-time, stay-at-home business. A parallel factor is the fact that it is a home-based business, which means that building a network marketing business is uniquely compatible with the demands of raising a family. But I think it goes beyond these practical and historical circumstances. Network marketing is, at its core, a relationship business. As Robert has explained, it's not a business that revolves around making sales, it is a business that revolves around making connections. It's about establishing relationships, coaching and training, and teaching, and mentoring. The actual day-to-day work of building a network is less like carving out a sales territory than it is like building a community. And the supporting, coaching, nurturing relationship of a network marketing sponsor to her growing network of apprentice networkers is the kind of relationship and interaction in which women excel. Of course, none of this means that men can't be successful in network marketing, too. There are millions of men who are proving that every day. But the bottom line of the business is simply this: it is a business model where women excel. What women need. And it's a good thing, too, because today's women really need to learn how to build their own wealth. A young journalist approached me a few years ago and said, with obvious passion, "We have to make women aware that they have to take charge of their money. They cannot depend on someone else to do that for them." As we talked together, I soon learned where her passion was coming from. It turned out her 54-year-old mother had recently moved in with her after going through a divorce that had left her with basically nothing. She was now supporting her mother as well as herself. That was enough of a wake-up call in itself, but what had really shaken her up was when she took a close look at her finances to see what resources she had to support the two of them. She realized that if her steady paycheck were, for any reason, to stop suddenly, the only thing she had to fall back on was about $7,000 in savings. For a household of two, $7,000 wouldn't go very far. She and her mom were both a few thin paychecks away from poverty and even homelessness. No wonder she was passionate about the subject of women taking control of their finances. Fortunately for me, I am not in this young woman's position. Robert and I are financially set for the rest of our lives, regardless of what the economy does. But even though I don't have that sword hanging over my head, I am just as passionately driven as this young woman was on the subject of women creating their own financial independence. The how-tos of network marketing are no different for women as they are for men. However, the driving reasons why women build their network marketing businesses are often very different from those of their male counterparts. We know that we lead very different lives than our mothers did, but you may be surprised at just how different. Here are 6 reasons why women need to get into this game called wealth building. 1. The statistics. The statistics about women and money are startling. What do these statistics tell us? That more and more women are not educated or prepared to take care of themselves financially, especially as they grow older. We've spent our entire lives taking care of our families, but have no ability to care for ourselves in this vital way. 2. Avoiding dependency. You don't get into a marriage expecting a divorce. You don't begin a new job expecting to be laid off. But it happens, and today with more and more frequency. Women, if you are depending on a husband, a boss, or anyone else for your financial future, think twice. They may simply not be there. Too often, we may not even realize just how dependent we are until we're faced with our own personal wake-up call. 3. No glass ceiling. Along with all the challenges facing the corporate employee in this post-2008 world, women still face one additional, huge obstacle: the infamous glass ceiling. Yes, it's true, even today, because of our gender, women can move only so far up the corporate ladder. And for women 50 or older, trying to re-enter the world of corporate employment? You don't even want to know. In the world of network marketing, the very idea of a glass ceiling for women is ludicrous. Your network marketing company doesn't care if you're female or male, black or white, a college grad or a high school dropout. It only cares about how diligently and effectively you build your network, and as I pointed out, there are 4 times as many women as there are men doing exactly that. The key is your skills, education, and experience. There are no limits and no ceilings, glass or otherwise, for women in the world of network marketing. 4. No limits on income. Because of the glass ceiling and the still present wage inequality between men and women in the job market, a woman is often limited in the amount of income she can make. Studies show that women with the same education and experience as their male counterparts earn about 74 cents for every dollar their male peers earn. But a network marketing business is fully scalable. Regardless of gender, in network marketing, the size of the income stream you can generate by building your network is without limit. 5. Increased self-esteem. Personally, I think this is one of the greatest benefits and rewards to a network marketing business, and it is one of the strongest reasons women become involved in the business. It's not unusual for a woman's self-esteem to be linked to her ability to provide for herself. Being dependent on anyone for your financial life can lead to a reduced sense of self-worth. You may do things you otherwise would not do if money were no issue. I've seen women's self-esteem soar once they know how to make it on their own financially. And when a woman's self-esteem rises, the relationships around her tend to improve. Higher self-esteem leads to greater success, which ultimately leads to the greatest gift of all, freedom. 6. Control of your time. When it comes to devoting energy to building genuine wealth, one major impediment women often have far more than men is the simple matter of time. This is especially true for mothers who spend many hours taking care of children. I hear from many women, after I come home from work, I have to get dinner ready, help my kids with their homework, and clean up the dishes. By the time everyone's in bed and I have a free moment to myself, I'm exhausted. As a network marketer, you are in control of your time. This business is something you can do part-time or full-time. It is something you can do from your home, on the phone and computer, in the evenings, weekends, anytime, anywhere. It is a business that can travel with you, that you can keep in your pocket, and that you can engage in half-hour increments, if that's what your schedule and circumstances dictate. Wealth building is a necessity. These 6 reasons support why women so strongly need to learn how to build their own wealth. The statistics prove how much times have changed for women and point out that our need for real-life financial education is no longer a luxury, it's a necessity. Depending on someone else for your financial future is like rolling the dice. The reward may be there in the end, but the risk is steep. Glass ceilings and limits to income are what so many women have been fighting against for ages. Both disappear in the world of network marketing. And then 2 of the greatest gifts of all, a higher sense of self-worth and time to spend exactly as you want, can be yours. However, out of all these reasons I've just listed, I have no way of knowing which speaks the most to you. You are not the average woman, you are you. And the single most compelling reason for building your network marketing business is one that only you can determine. Create your wealth, and have fun doing it. Regardless of what that compelling reason is, you have to remember one more thing when starting a network marketing business, and that is to have fun. Yes, it's great to think that you can earn an extra $100, $1,000, or even $10,000 a month, and that you can avoid dependency and have control of your time, but if you are not having fun, it can quickly lead to that same rut many find themselves in out in the corporate world. Simply put, you have to be passionate about what you do. The lack of it will reflect in your bank account. That's why I think party plan business is a type of network marketing business that revolves around in-home parties are ideal for so many women looking to start their own businesses. Party plan businesses are the perfect opportunity to spend time with family and friends in the comfort of your own home, even while you are creating a social network that will allow you to build wealth and have fun doing it. An interesting fact about the party planning sector is that during turbulent economic times, it continues to fare well. In fact, this is one reason the network marketing industry as a whole is such a force to be reckoned with. Companies such as Vorwerk, Jafra Cosmetics, Mary Kay, Tupperware, Scentsy, Party Light, Stampin' Up, Jewels by Park Lane, the Longaberger Company, and Southern Living at Home are among 64 direct selling companies with an annual global wholesale revenue of $100 million or more. According to a September 2009 direct selling news report, Tastefully Simple, a party plan company offering specialty food items, saw sales rise by 5% in 2008. Despite the recession. Another, Pampered Chef, which was purchased by billionaire Warren Buffett in 2002, saw a 5% increase in recruiting during that same time period. What's the message here? Party plan companies offer a low-risk, highly rewarding opportunity for any woman looking to take charge of her financial future. I recommend it for stay-at-home moms looking to join the ranks of new entrepreneurs, working women looking to supplement their paychecks, college students hoping to earn a few extra dollars, any woman who wants to give herself the opportunity to create wealth, and have fun doing it. Know what's important? On our very first date, Robert asked me what I wanted to do with my life. I told him I wanted to run my own business someday. He said, "I can help you with that." Within a month, we had a business going together. But he also started talking to me about larger things, too, about spirituality, and asking me about my life's purpose. This was in the 1980s, when people were workaholics and proud of it. By the 90s, people began taking a closer look at their lives and asking some harder questions. But it was really after September 11th that people started saying, "Whoa, wait a minute. Why am I running around like a hamster on a wheel? What am I doing with my life? Where is it all going?" I hear women all the time say they are too busy to get involved in a part-time home-based business. I tell them, here's the key to making your business successful: you have to look at your life, really look at it, and ask yourself, what is it that is so meaningful to me that I have to have it in my life? What is important enough to you that you'll make the time and devote the effort to building a business that generates its own income, and then use that income to build wealth that will take care of you for the rest of your life? Because if you don't identify what that is, it's just not going to happen. Freedom is different for everyone. Success is different for everyone. It's personal, and it should be personal. Numbers are abstract. Whether it's $5,000 or $1 million, it doesn't really mean anything until you give it the meaning it has in your own life. Early in our marriage, Robert and I were both passionately committed to being in business for ourselves, to not having other people tell us what to do, and to being in control of our own financial destinies. That was so important to us that we were willing to put up with just about any hardship to make it happen. And it took years, really, about 10 years. At times, the stress of having no income was enormous. We had all sorts of friends who were telling us we were crazy, that we should just go get regular jobs with regular paychecks, but that was what we absolutely did not want to do. Finally, we decided we had to do something. Robert began teaching some courses. I went to a friend who had a clothing line and asked her to let me market her clothes. I went to hair salons and set up little mini boutiques. There was no paycheck in it, no guarantees, only sales commissions, and in truth, I really made very little in commissions. But it got me out there, doing something. I learned that this is the essence of being an entrepreneur: you have to go out there and make things happen. And the only way you are going to do that is if you know what is really, truly important to you, and you realize that the only way you are going to have that is to create it yourself. The end of chapter 17. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so now. God bless you. Part 3. Your future starts now. What it will take to get your successful network marketing business started. Chapter 18. Choose wisely. So you've decided to start your own network marketing business. Congratulations. Now you face a choice. There are several thousand network marketing companies in operation. Which one are you going to join? And how do you choose? Newcomers to network marketing often make this choice by default, by simply signing up with the first opportunity to come along. Now, it may well be that the first company you hear about is a great company, and a wise choice for you. But it should be an informed, educated choice that you make with care. This is your future we're talking about. So how do you choose? On what criteria do you base your decision? Our company has the best compensation plan. You can make great money here. When I was investigating different network marketing companies, I often heard this comment. The people anxious to show me their business opportunity would tell me stories of people making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from their business. Because I have met people who really do make hundreds of thousands of dollars a month from their network marketing business, I don't doubt its massive earning potential. Yet I do not recommend looking into a network marketing business primarily for the money. We have the best, most premium quality products that have changed people's lives. I heard this a lot, too. Profound product benefits were probably the number 2 reason for joining that people gave me, money being number 1. And again, I didn't doubt it. While I heard plenty of exaggeration and outright hype, I also found truly great products, some of which I still consume or use today. In fact, exceptionally high-quality products tend to be one of the hallmarks of network marketing. Yet products are also not the most important benefit. Let me repeat that. When choosing a company to work with, the product is not the most important consideration. I stress this because most people assume that the product is the most important thing. It's not. Remember, you're not taking a job as a salesperson, you're going into business for yourself, and the business you are in is network building. And when you start looking around at different companies, the question foremost in your mind needs to be, is this company going to help me learn how to become a master network builder? The number 1 reason I recommend network marketing is for its system of real-world business education and personal development. A network marketing system is set up to make it possible for anyone to share in the wealth. It is open to anyone who has drive, determination, and perseverance. It does not care what your family name is or what college you went to, or if you went to one at all, how much money you make today, what race or sex you are, how good looking you are, how popular you are, or even how smart you are. Most network marketing companies care primarily about how much you are willing to learn, to change, and to grow, and whether you have the guts to stick it out through thick and thin while you learn to be a business owner. Is this true of every single network marketing company out there? No. As in anything, there are the good, the bad, and the ugly, and there are also the truly great. Not all network marketing companies really support education. There are some that are just about hustle, they just want you to go sell for them, and don't really care about teaching you anything. They just want you to bring your friends and family into the fold. If you run into one of those companies, I would be leery about getting involved. They won't contribute to your growth and may not be around long. But the better companies out there will be totally dedicated to your business education. They are committed to the long haul and place a priority on developing your skills and your abilities. When you find a company like that, with leaders above you who are willing to train you and help you become the business person you can be, that's a company to stay with. Is the compensation plan important? Sure. Is the quality of the product line critical? Of course. But far more than those things, what I really look at is how dedicated the company is to developing you as a strong B-quadrant individual, a genuine wealth-building business person. That's the most important thing about the network marketing company you affiliate with. It really is your business school. If you like what you hear from the initial presentation, take some time to actually meet the people who do the educating and training. Invest the time to look past the compensation and products and really peer into the heart of the company. Is it truly interested in training and educating you? This takes more time than just listening to a 30-minute sales pitch, clicking through a colorful website, and hearing about how much money people are making. To find out how good a company's education really is may require you to get off your couch and look into its training, educational seminars, and events. If you like what you hear from the initial presentation, take some time to actually meet the people who do the educating and training. And look carefully, because many network marketing companies say they have great educational plans, but not all do. In some companies I looked into, the only training they had was a recommended book list, and then they focused on training you to recruit your friends and family into the business. So take your time and look carefully, because there are quite a few network marketing companies that do have excellent educational and training plans. In fact, some of the best real-life business training I've seen anywhere. Here are a few questions to ask yourself about a network marketing company. Who's running the ship? Inexperienced people, who approach a new business with an E-quadrant or S-quadrant perspective, often look at a company's products, pay plan, or promotion to judge the strength of the company. I skip over all that and look directly at the principals, the people at the helm. It's not that the product and pay plan and everything else aren't important. But no company is perfect. Problems always happen. If you have the right people running the ship, then whatever goes wrong, they'll fix it. In fact, if you have great people running the company, there's no problem they can't fix. But if you have the wrong people at the helm, then when problems happen, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. You can't judge a book by its cover. Look beyond the promotional videos and websites. Look at the principals. What are their backgrounds, their experience, their track records, their character? Whether or not you get to know them personally or ever work with them directly, they are the partners you're getting into business with. John, one thing I'd like to address here is the myth that eager promoters sometimes spread, that in order to make the big money, you have to get in on the ground floor. This is just not true. Robert, not only is it not true, it's plain stupid. The majority of business startups fail within their first year or two, and that includes startup network marketing corporations. Why would you want to risk your hard work, time, and energy by investing all that in a company that doesn't yet have a track record? John, there are strong, viable, excellent network marketing companies that are 3 years old, and there are those that are 30 years old. It's true that there is something exciting and invigorating about being part of something that is still young and in its fresh beginnings. But there is also a lot of power and credibility that comes with being affiliated with a company that has been in business for decades. I would exercise due caution about committing yourself to a company that has barely opened its doors. Yet, even here, there are exceptions. You may find a new company that is just starting out, yet has such strong corporate credentials that it merits serious consideration. The point here is, do your due diligence, find out what it is you're looking at and who you're getting into business with. Don't be fooled by people telling you that the trick to getting rich is being with a brand new company, or a 5-year-old company, or a 35-year-old company. There is no trick. There is no magic formula. What you want is a company that knows what it's doing and gives you clear signs that it's going to be there for the long haul. Does the company offer a proven plan of action? John, the most lucrative and viable network marketing opportunities will not expect you to reinvent the wheel. Instead, they will offer plans of action to help you create the success you're after. For example, they will have a training guide with suggested daily or weekly activities. Some companies will offer business owners a personalized website to help educate prospects or share products and opportunities. First-class, professional presentation tools such as CDs, DVDs, podcasts, and print materials have become standard fare for the typical network marketer's toolbox. Does the company embrace both business skills and personal development as a regular part of its educational and training programs? I've made it pretty clear that I hold the training and education you get as the #1 value in your network marketing experience, even more than the income stream you're building. So make sure it's there. Make sure your company places a high value on regular training, both in business skills and also in character development and personal growth. For decades, the leaders in this industry have known that it pays to provide their people a steady diet of great inspirational and educational material. In the old days, it was books and audio tapes. In the 21st century, it's CDs, DVDs, podcasts, live teleconferences, and webinars, and yes, books. Books never go out of style. John, and live events, too. Even in the internet age, there is something powerful about being physically present at a live event, something that no other medium can fully replace. These days, the day-to-day business of building a network is typically conducted over the phone and the internet as much as it is face-to-face. But you'll still find that the better companies put a strong focus on their annual, semi-annual, quarterly, and / monthly events. Why? For their educational, training, and personal development value. And by the way, it's not just the network marketing corporation itself who will be involved in your training and education. You have a whole hierarchy of people from the person who actually enrolls you directly into the business, often termed your sponsor, through their sponsor and all the way up the chain of sponsorship, your upline, all the way to the corporate officers themselves, and they all have a vested interest in seeing you grow, learn, and succeed. One of the beauties of the network marketing system is that it is set up to be the exact opposite of the dog-eat-dog corporate environment, where even your best friend may climb over you to get to the next rung on the ladder. In network marketing, that kind of cutthroat competition doesn't happen, simply because your sponsors and upline's success depends on your success. The people who profit from your growth want you to grow. Does the company have a strong, high quality, and highly marketable product line that you can be passionate about? Even if it isn't consideration number one, the company's product offering is critically important. Why? Because of one word: buzz. Network marketing companies typically don't do a lot of mass media advertising. You don't often see billboards or TV ads for these products. Why not? Because they use a completely different promotional model. Instead of putting their advertising budgets into expensive mass media, they put their advertising budget into people like you. John, the lifeblood of a growing network is word of mouth, individual people telling other people about their product or service and the opportunity they have become a part of. Because of that, the products and services that typically do really well in the network marketing model are those that people get excited about, those that have a great story to them, those that have an intriguing ingredient or unique history, those that provide the user especially powerful benefits, or those that are the first of their kind products or services that tell a unique story. In a word, buzz. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about hype. I'm talking about genuine qualities and attributes. Your product has to be the real deal. That said, it's important to remember there is no one best product. There is room for thousands of best products and services. To some extent, choosing a great product is a highly subjective thing. Some people have a strong affinity for skincare products, say, or nutrition, or technology. Is there a strong market for the product? Is it something that will appeal to vast numbers of people? Is it priced competitively? Do you believe in the product's value, and will you use it personally? Does it have a great story to tell? When you are genuinely passionate about the product you're sharing with others, they'll be more likely to become excited about it, too. The end of chapter 18. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so now. God bless you. Chapter 19. What it takes. So what does it take to build your own successful network marketing business? First, let's look at what it doesn't take. You don't need an MBA or high-powered business background to remember the word duplicable. The strategies that work best in networking are those that duplicate best. Network marketing does for a V-quadrant business model what Henry Ford did for the automobile industry. It reduces the process to component parts that can be mass-produced. John, a successful network marketing business is not a handcrafted masterpiece made by one skilled pair of hands. It's a symphony of simplicity crafted by hundreds of thousands of hands. You don't have to be great at sales. Again, One of the biggest misconceptions that people who are not actually in network marketing often have about the business is that you need to be a born salesman to be successful here. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, holding on to that idea will hurt you in network marketing. Why? Because great salesman types cannot duplicate themselves. John, remember, this is not principally a sales business, but a teaching, team building, and leadership business. Your job is not to sell a lot of products, and it isn't even to teach a lot of people to sell a lot of products. It's to lead, train, and build people. It is first and foremost to build a network. Robert, making the sale is not the point, building the network is the point. John, exactly. You don't need to quit your job. In fact, it's vastly preferable not to quit your job when you're starting out. For one thing, building your own business is not like starting a new job, where you start earning a paycheck the moment you show up for work. It's going to take time to build your network. Give it time. John, and not only for financial reasons. Even if you could afford to quit your job, many new networkers find that once they get their businesses going, being connected to their coworkers can serve as a source for prospective partners or referrals to prospective partners. The great majority of network marketers build their businesses part-time. The 2008 National Salesforce survey conducted by the Direct Selling Association showed that only about 1 in 8 network marketers worked 20 hours or more per week on their business. You don't need to be rich or take out a second mortgage on your home. Most network marketing businesses require less than $500 in actual out-of-pocket startup costs. Make no mistake about it, what you save in cash capital you will make up for in sweat equity and passion. The major investment in most self-owned businesses is investment of oneself, in the form of time, focus, and persistence. But you don't need a pile of cash to start. John, still, just because the capital investment is low does not mean it's non-existent. This is a business, and you need to run it like a business. And that means you will have monthly operating costs. Typically, your monthly budget will be very modest, a monthly supply of the product sampling, and the cost of contact and presentation tools, such as those mentioned above, CDs, DVDs, websites, etc., as well as ongoing business development and personal development materials. So, no, you don't need a big cash stake to start, but you do need to budget some reasonable monthly expenditures. You don't need to be a genius at negotiation or a whiz at numbers. You do need a burning desire and determination fueled by a strong dose of passion. You have to love what you do, says my friend Donald Trump. Without passion, great success is hard to come by. As an entrepreneur, you'll have tough times if you aren't passionate about what you're doing. Those are a few of the things it doesn't take to build a successful network marketing business. Now let's look at what it does take. It takes being honest with yourself. Building a B-quadrant business is not an easy task. You need to ask yourself, do I have what it takes? Am I willing to go beyond my comfort zone? Am I willing to be led as well as to learn to lead? Is there a rich person inside of me, ready to come out? If the answer is yes, then start looking for a network marketing business that has a great training program. John, I would also add this: make sure you are clear on where you are and what you would like to accomplish in your life. Having a vision for what you would like to accomplish is essential. Then, get clear on your expectations. Get clear on what it will take, in terms of time put in each week, as well as money, skills, and resources. Get clear on what actions you'll need to take to make this business successful. Get clear on a realistic time frame. In the book I wrote with Donald Trump, Why We Want You to Be Rich, Donald wrote, "Network marketing requires an entrepreneurial spirit, and that means focus and perseverance. I do not recommend network marketing to people who are not highly self-motivated." Donald is absolutely right. It takes the right attitude. For me, becoming an entrepreneur is an ongoing process, one that I am still involved in. I believe I will be an entrepreneur in training till the end. I love business, and I love solving business problems. It is a process that brings me the kind of life I want. So, although the process has been tough for me at times, it has been worth it. One thought has kept me going: it was my glow in the dark, even in the darkest of hours. I had a small piece of paper from a Chinese fortune cookie taped to the base of an office phone at our surfer wallet company that read, "You can always quit. Why start now?" There were many phone calls that I had to handle that provided me with more than enough reasons to quit. Yet, after hanging up the phone, I would glance at the words of wisdom from the fortune cookie and say to myself, as much as I want to quit, I won't quit today. I'll quit tomorrow. The good thing is, tomorrow never comes. My rich dad used to say if getting rich were easy, everybody would be rich. That's why, when people ask what was the number one thing that allowed me to become rich, I say that I didn't want anybody to tell me what to do. I wanted my freedom so badly. I didn't want job security. I wanted financial freedom. And that's what network marketing offers. If you like somebody telling you how much you can make and when you should arrive and leave work, then a network marketing business is not for you. It takes real growth. A network marketing business can be a B quadrant business. But that doesn't necessarily mean it will be. That's up to you. Network marketing is the perfect vehicle for people who want to enter the world of the B quadrant. While your income potential in the E and S quadrants is typically limited to how much you as an individual can produce, in a network marketing business, you can earn as much as your network generates. That means, once you build a very large network, you can earn a massive amount of money. However, simply joining a network marketing company does not make your new venture a B quadrant business, not until it's truly large. John, the technical definition of a big business is one that encompasses 500 or more people. Again, those 500 are usually described as employees, but the point is the numbers involved. When you build a network of 500 or more independent representatives, what you have definitely fits the definition of a big, or B quadrant, business. And a network marketing business system is designed to expand to well over 500 people. It's common for an individual's network organization to grow to several thousand or even tens of thousands, and it is not unusual to see network organizations of hundreds of thousands. Newcomers to the networking business often make the mistake of treating their fledgling network's income as free money, readily disposable income from day one. But when you have just 5, 10, 50, or even 100 or 200 people in your network, your new business is still very much in the formative period. It is not yet a big business. Once your network grows beyond 500 people and is getting into the thousands, you have a true B quadrant business that is generating passive income. It is not only a viable network, it is an income-generating asset. But this means that the interval from when you join your company up to the point that you reach that 500 plus scale of business is a formative period, a time of laying your foundation. Keep it in perspective. Keep your eye on the real goal, wealth building. It takes time. If you have the idea that you can start a network marketing business and expect to start making money right away, then you are still thinking like someone who lives in the E or S quadrants. In fact, it is people in the E and S quadrants who are most often sucked into the get-rich-quick schemes and scams of life. John, there is no such thing as a get-rich-quick method in network marketing. While the activities of the business are simple, they require time and effort, the foundation of passive income. The DSA says that, on average, 1 in 10 contacts will say yes to the opportunity. However, that figure improves with the business owner's level of experience. Remember, this number will hold true in volume. Though you may not find it average for just 10 contacts, you'll discover it is true for 100 contacts. Over the years, there have been some people who have promoted the network marketing business as a sort of fast track to wealth. Of course, this is total nonsense. The people in network marketing who have developed their leadership skills, built their businesses, and developed genuine wealth have spent long, hard years doing it. So don't be fooled if you hear anyone try to tell you that you should see quick results. This isn't some sleight of hand or 6-month, hit-it lucky joyride. This is serious business. This is your life we're talking about here. In the real world of business, if you cannot start producing business within 3 to 6 months, you are fired. Xerox was a little more generous. They gave me a year to learn and a year of probation. If I hadn't had those 2 years, I would have been fired. Your situation is different. Your network marketing company is not going to fire you, so don't fire yourself. Don't give it a few months or a year of effort and then say, "Oh well, I guess that didn't work out." Give it the time it needs. Robert, John, when I tell people, give it time, I invariably get the question, "Okay, how much time?" How would you answer that? John, I say give it 5 years. Robert, That's exactly the same answer I give. In fact, it's the same for building any kind of business. I call it my 5-year plan. The 5-year plan. If you are serious about starting your journey, I recommend committing to a minimum of 5 years of learning, growing, changing your core values, and meeting new friends. Why? Because that's realistic. It took years for Howard Schultz to build Starbucks, for Ray Kroc to build McDonald's, and for Michael Dell to build Dell Computers. It takes time to build great companies and great business leaders. It took me years to build my own successful B-quadrant business. It will take you years to build your network marketing business. Why should it be any different? Most people don't think in terms of years, trained by advertising and the paycheck-to-paycheck values of the E-quadrant. They think in terms of immediate gratification. Is it any wonder that so many people, when they first consider putting their toe into the B world, are so susceptible to the idea of get rich quick? I signed up a week ago. When do I start making a lot of money? Folks, getting rich quick is an oxymoron. A rich relationship doesn't happen quickly. A richly rewarding novel is never written overnight. Creating richness, by definition, takes time, and this is just as true of financial richness as it is of any other kind. This is why there are so few people in the B quadrant. Most people want money but are unwilling to invest their time. In his book Outliers, The Story of Success, Malcolm Gladwell explains that to become outstandingly accomplished at anything, it takes about 10,000 hours of hard work. As a high school kid, Bill Gates put in 10,000 hours of programming. When they were still just another unknown British band of wannabes, the Beatles played a nightclub in Hamburg, 7 hours a day, 7 days a week, and put in about 10,000 hours. What's really interesting about this 10,000-hour rule, says Gladwell, is that it applies virtually everywhere. You can't become a chess grandmaster unless you spend 10,000 hours on practice. The tennis prodigy who starts playing at 6 is playing in Wimbledon at 16 or 17 like Boris Becker. The classical musician who starts playing the violin at 4 is debuting at Carnegie Hall at 15 or so. 10,000 hours, do the math. If you work 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, you hit the 10,000-hour mark after 5 years of full-time effort. Fortunately for you, mastering network marketing is not like becoming a chess grandmaster. You don't need to become Boris Becker, the Beatles, or Bill Gates. You don't need to become the best in the world, but you do have to master the skills of the business. It won't take you 5 years of full-time, 40-hour weeks. But to learn and master what it takes to build a massive network with passive income, do yourself a favor and give yourself enough time. By the way, I still use this 5-year plan. When I decide to learn something new, for example, investing in real estate, I still allow myself 5 years to learn the process. When I wanted to learn how to invest in stocks, I again gave myself 5 years to learn the process. Many people invest once, lose a few dollars, and then quit. They quit after their first mistake, which is why they fail to learn. but losing is part of the process of winning. It's only losers who think that winners never lose, who think that mistakes must be avoided at all costs. Mistakes are priceless opportunities to learn essential lessons. Today, I still give myself 5 years to make as many mistakes as possible. I do this because I know that the more mistakes I make and learn from, the smarter I will become. If I make no mistakes for 5 years, then I am no smarter than I was 5 years ago, just 5 years older. Give yourself time to unlearn, too. As much learning as you'll do in this business, chances are good there is also a substantial amount of unlearning that needs to happen. One reason so many people get so entrenched in the E and S quadrants is that they start to feel comfortable there. It isn't that these quadrants are inherently more comfortable. After all, you're being taxed like crazy, your time is never your own, you're often forced to work with people you can't stand. In so many ways these quadrants are really quite uncomfortable. But people start to feel comfortable there because they have spent years learning how to be there, and it's what they know. That all changes when you enter the world of network marketing. The job experience that comes from time spent in traditional employment or self-employment is often not that useful in network marketing. Fixed work hours, set wages, or salaries based on time put in, the structure of having bosses and management hierarchies, narrowly defined job descriptions, a clearly defined clientele, a clearly defined territory and physical plan. So many of the trappings of the conventional workplace simply don't exist in this business. If you have worked in traditional sales, as we said before, you'll actually want to unlearn those skills to a good degree, because in network marketing, it's not what you can do that counts, it's what you can do and duplicate. If you have experience managing employees, you'll need to do some unlearning there, too, because in network marketing, you don't hire, fire, or tell people what to do. It's an entirely new dynamic, this business of the 21st century, and to excel here, you will likely need to leave some old habits behind. Take your time to unlearn as well as to learn. For some people, the hardest part of switching from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant is to unlearn the point of view of the E and S quadrants. Once you have unlearned what you had learned, the change will go much faster and easier. It all comes down to action. You can plan all you want, study all you want, and learn all you want, but the only people who win in network marketing are people who take action today, tomorrow, and every day. The end of chapter 19. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so now.